This one always raises a wry smile if you say sexual healing. Oh yeah, the old Marvin Gaye song. People like raise their eyebrows to me and go, oh yeah, what's that all about then? So what is the essential, what is behind it?
That part of our human capacity is that we are able to experience pleasure from our sexuality and from either self-cultivation or from actually engaging with another. So the sexual healing is actually part of our birthright as human beings, that we're entitled to it. And it's only been within the last 30 years that we've actually understood how magnificent it is to have sexual healing. Thanks to the work primarily of people in Thailand, but especially there's a Grand Master of sexual healing called Mantak Chia. And it's thanks to him translating all the information into English that we're able to access it in the way we are.
Now you're studying this at university?
That's correct. I'm doing a Master of Science degree in Sexual and Spiritual Healing, which involves me looking at all aspects of our sexuality, but also looking at what is currently on offer from the NHS. It's really exciting because it means that my degree is not a bespoke, it is a bespoke degree, it's not an off-the-peg degree, so it means I can explore any aspects of sexual and spiritual healing that I want to, and also make it worthwhile as a piece of academic research, but also make sure that people can access it. My aim is that when I finish my master's degree, which will be in 2012, that it will mean that I'll then be able to help people, consultants, doctors, nurses, all sorts of health professionals, with actually giving people a more robust system than is actually available at the moment. And I would still want to continue as well with one-to-one work that I do with couples to help them to enhance their relationships and their sexual relationship.
You say what confuses me is I've just got round to Reiki healing. Somebody comes to you, you give them some Reiki. Somebody comes for a crystal healing session, they come to you, you do the crystal healing, etc. How does sexual healing work? They don't come to you for sex, do they?
No, I'm not a sexual surrogate. I'm a sexual healer. So what I would do is I'd rather work with somebody one-to-one and help them using kinesiology and lots of the other complementary therapies that I use, but also the knowledge that I've now attained to give them practices that they can do as homework, if you like, things that they can think about, things that they might want to do that would help them to strengthen their sexuality, but also to access the really fantastically lively energy of sexual healing. So it doesn't involve me having sex with anybody other than my lovely husband. It just means that I help you to talk through what's going to be most beneficial for you. I really believe that our sexual identity is not as linear as we might think it is. And there's been quite a lot of research recently, particularly through a professor called Professor Kevin Wiley, who's based at the Porterbrook Clinic where I'm studying, who says that our sexual identity is actually as unique as our fingerprints. So that's how vast our sexual healing is.
How do people know that that's what they need? I mean, I come across people who say, do you know what, I've heard about Reiki, I think I need some of that. Or they've had a Reiki session and they know what it entails, so they go back for more. How do people know this is what they need to come to you for? Okay,
sometimes it's because they have a sexual problem, and either they will present with that as a symptom, or they'll come and say that they want to feel less stressed out, they want to sort out their relationship with their partner. And then after the first consultation, once people actually trust me and know what I do, they'll actually disclose that there's an issue that they need to resolve. And so it's quite often that they present with high stress levels, backache, all sorts of other presenting symptoms, but actually the underlying cause is that they need some help with psychosexual counselling, basically, to help them to overcome a difficulty. But it could also be that the couple realise that for whatever reasons, it's usually childcare issues, or they've got adult children in the house, they're looking after elderly relatives, they're very stressed out, and the times for them to actually get together to have sex are very limited. So again, it's about finding ways round to actually make time for something that is so important for our relationships.
So do you see yourself as more of a counsellor?
I guess that's part of what I do, yeah, most certainly. It's part of any therapist's toolkit, if you like, has got to be some aspect of counselling, because we need to make people feel as at ease with us as possible. So, yeah, I guess that would be part of it.
So what you're saying in effect then is that if people have got a problem and they can come to you and you say, well, if you try it this way, or if you try it this way, you can give healing to other people, and you're saying that you can help with different problems depending on how they do it, if you like.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There are healing postures for most of the major organs, but also things like anemia, for low energy, for helping people to feel more confident. So there's actually a healing position that would mean that you'd both benefit from the way that you make love. And I don't know about you, but I'd much rather make love and heal something than go to my GP. To be perfectly honest, it's no contest.
I must admit, I'm still getting into all the mind, body and spirit and the Reiki stuff. And this is just bordering on, I'm not sure where we're going here. So I suppose that the main thing is to have a good sexual relationship with your partner. And this isn't so much a new way of doing it, but it's a new angle on it, if you like. If that's the right word, I don't know. Yes,
that's precisely the right word. So what it means is that we're now acknowledging, probably for the first time, that we've been hung over with the last paradigm, which was the Victorian era, where sex is seen as something dirty, that women didn't enjoy it, and you only did it when you wanted babies. And it's getting to the point where we're much more aware that that is not what's happening. So with regard to sexual and spiritual healing, the importance is stressed on how really important it is to have a healthy sexual relationship with your partner. It can mean that you feel really energetic all the time, that you have less low mood, that you feel on top of the world just because you're able to connect with your partner in a really significant way.
That's Annie Day. That's the first part of our conversation.